Stay strong, Papa Bear. Oh God, is this really happening?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the funniest parts of Stephen Colbert's vast comedy career.
Jar Jar can go ahead and suck my ring.
Number 20, teaming up with Jon Stewart and John Oliver, Night of Too Many Stars.
Howie, what are you doing?
That was me, John. That was me.
While hosting this charity event, Jon Stewart couldn't do it alone. He utilizes multiple actors, comedians, and performers to make his monologue shine. This segment parodies shows like America's Got Talent and The Curse of the Red Buzzer.
This is all I wanted to do was bring people together tonight. I just wanted people. What is that?
John, you're doing a terrible job. You're very bad. This is very bad.
Stephen Colbert interjects early on, critiquing his old boss's performance and jokes. This is already funny before John Oliver even shows up. There's more than a few self-referential lines at the trio's expense, culminating in a shouting match. Stewart finally steps in to stop his former employees from hurting each other. If you're a fan of any of these three, you'll love seeing them interact and joking around again.
Colbert, you are doing more or less what I'd expect from a man who serves up his nightly joke meatloaf to an audience full of unsuspecting tourists herded from Bubba Gump Times Square. That's where your audience is from.
That is not fair.
It is fair.
We also lure some of our audience from the M&M store.
Well, that's... Let me tell you.
Number 19, LOTR Rap, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Most fans of Stephen Colbert know that he's a massive Tolkien fan.
Lord of the Rings #1 trilogy of all time sucks. It's the #1 trilogy, the #1 trilogy. Try to deny and you just sound silly.
Unable to pass up a good opportunity, the comedian did a hip-hop tribute to the Lord of the Rings films for their anniversary. This includes more than a few cameos from cast members, and even Anna Kendrick.
Best drill ever, baby, don't you forget. That's right, Anna Kendrick, pitch perfect ain't.
What the hell? I thought we were friends. Damn.
If you're not laughing at this crazy song, you'll be entertained by the frequent surprises. Method Man and Killer Mike also make appearances, along with a few other actors.
Billionaire fights crime? I don't understand her. The Dark Knight's capitalistic propaganda.
Colbert pulls out all the stops here as he embraces his rap alter ego. Along with some silly lyrics and references, the host makes a case for why these movies could be the best trilogy ever.
Lord of the Rings is the #1 trilogy. Movie so sick I gotta take an Advilly when I'm sitting down for dillies, sipping chamomilles. Lord of the Rings is the #1 trilogy.
Number 18, Bruce Willis versus Stephen Colbert, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
A lot of action guys like Tom Cruise says, like, they do all their own stunts. Did you ever, like, back in the day, did you do your own stunts?
Of course.
Really? Like,
Have to.
Known for his action movie roles, Bruce Willis is a much tougher guy than Stephen Colbert. This all changes when the Late Show host asks about the actor doing his own stunts. The Die-Hard star takes offense to Colbert's claims, with the two deciding to duke it out.
you look tired, Bruce. Let me get you a chair.
This leads to a choreographed fight full of thrills, spills, and over-the-top mayhem. Two other performers take over, making each maneuver look even more impressive.
That's what I'm talking about, Willis.
There's even some clever surprises here, like a drum set and a guitar. After a high fall, Willis finally admits that he's been lying after all. The last moment makes it all worthwhile, as a table dive seals the deal.
I don't do my own stunts.
You son of a bitch!
That one hurt.
Bruce Willis, everyone!
Number 17, Nicki Minaj's Colbert Rap, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Barbie Dreams, okay, is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Okay, which is, as songs should, get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
This one's getting a lot of attention for some of the famous men you call out in this.
With this rap star on the show, Stephen Colbert couldn't help but dive into her catalog. One question involves the celebrity men that Nicki Minaj mentions in her music. The host lets curiosity get the best of him.
And I'm just curious that if I were to make the list, how might you inform me?
Oh my God.
Asking to be included on a list of famous guys. Minaj is quick to offer up a freestyle that embarrasses Colbert. The audience and even the band celebrate the moment, with the presenter hiding behind his note cards.
I might Stephen after the show. He gonna come back to work with a magical glow, but...
Kudos to the guest for being so fast and leaving the door open for this surprise. While the comedian is the farthest thing from a hip-hop icon, this is the closest he might come to the title. At the very least, the improvised verse and reaction is laugh-out-loud funny.
It's all downhill from here.
Number 16, Not Yet, the 37th Annual Kennedy Center Honors.
Thank you so much.
Back in 2014, Stephen Colbert prepared to leave his show at Comedy Central. He then became the heir to The Late Show on CBS. This prompted one of the funnier moments at the Kennedy Center Honors. With David Letterman presenting, Colbert decided to follow his predecessor on stage and stand next to him. It looked like Letterman might be replaced yet again by the younger comedian. With the audience in stitches, the elder presenter only needed to say one thing to make people happy.
Not yet.
The Colbert Report host ended up getting laughs without needing any dialogue at all. Number 15, Islam versus Christianity, The Daily Show.
If you were God, would you manifest your divine glory to a shepherd in a cave in Saudi Arabia in the 7th century? Or as the son of a carpenter in a manger in Judea in the year 0? Come on, use your mind.
For the Even Steven segment on The Daily Show, Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell face off in a religious battle. They have a playful discussion about both belief systems while making themselves the butt of the joke. Colbert especially digs into Christianity, making funny asides about the line between faith and biblical literalism.
First off, it's not my logic, Steve, it's God's logic, as written in the Bible, every word of which is true. And we know every word is true because the Bible says that the Bible is true. And if you remember from earlier in this sentence, every word of the Bible is true. Now, are you following me here, or are you some kind of mindless zealot?
Carell plays along while serving up some awesome rebuttals. Even if you're Muslim or Christian, you can still find plenty to chuckle about here. The clip also reminds you of how great these two were before they became superstars.
Now, am I going to be doing that after I go to paradise to join my bevy of spotless virgins for all eternity? You know, because I just want to give them a heads up where I'm going for eternity.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm just starting to think that this religion thing, we're not going to settle it in 3 minutes. So if you could just wrap it up and find some common ground, that would be great. Sorry.
Both quick-witted and excellent performers, this duo proved that they're great friends and an amazing comedy team. Number 14, Prince Charles Report, The Daily Show.
Meanwhile, across the pond in England, there's a much juicier scandal brewing, although I can't officially talk about it.
In the 2000s, Prince Charles faced a rumor about an alleged relationship with a valet. The Daily Show tackles the subject with the exact amount of hilarity you'd expect. Correspondent Stephen Colbert wants to talk more about the allegations, but he's cautious about crossing any legal lines.
Stephen, this has become a huge story overnight, but no one seems to know what these allegations are about. Have you been able to learn any of the specifics?
Yes, I have, John.
This leads him to use some funny double entendres and even bring out a prop. Colbert's choices with the banana are unforgettable and hilarious.
Why don't you just come out and say there's an allegation the prince had a gay experience?
Your words, not mine, John. But I tell you this much. If it was substantiated...
With even Stewart breaking at the sight of everything. The Late Show presenter isn't afraid to go boldly into raunchy territory with reckless abandon.
You know, mainly how gay it is.
Number 13, Fighting Conan O'Brien and Jon Stewart, Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
So back off of Mike Huckabee, or I will kick your translucent white ass. You got that, Irish?
Back during a writer's strike in 2008, late-night hosts needed a way to keep their shows going without a script. This led Stephen Colbert to throw down with Jon Stewart and Conan O'Brien in a comedic rivalry. With a goofy disagreement over Mike Huckabee, the trio of hosts ended up meeting on O'Brien's show to have a dramatic battle.
If I see either one of these guys, I'm gonna kick some serious Comedy Central ass. Right, everybody? I mean, that's just what's gonna happen.
Did someone order an ass kicking?
The comedians then went into the hallway to start an all-out brawl. This included some fun nods to pro wrestling, with some entertaining stunts for added measure. It's especially funny to watch these men pretend to fall down stairs. Number 12, Friday cover, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning. Gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs.
Almost anyone that remembers the early 2010s knows this tune. Rebecca Black's song inspired all kinds of tributes, critiques, and parodies. Stephen Colbert did his own version of Friday with some help from the Late Night with Jimmy Fallon staff. Fallon introduced the Colbert Report host, with the latter getting some backup from The Roots and American Idol winner Taylor Hicks. The cover goes from a moody introduction to a triumphant chorus. Even if you find the original annoying, this one reminds you that it's okay to enjoy a guilty pleasure. It's all delivered with the kind of comedic energy that'll have you laughing or singing along. There's even some dancers to bring it all home. Number 11, the word truthiness, the Colbert Report.
Because you're looking at a straight shooter, America. I tell it like it is. I calls them like I sees them. I will speak to you in plain, simple English.
At his peak, Stephen Colbert's character on the Colbert Report stood for his own kind of truth. This particular segment highlights this core attitude. The host leans towards his own gut instincts, telling viewers to not lean on any reference materials. It's a hilarious way to promote less reading and more ignorance.
Who's Britannica to tell me the Panama Canal was finished in 1914? If I want to say it happened in 1941, that's my right. I don't trust books. They're all fact, no heart.
Favoring feeling over brain power, the comedian mentions one controversial Supreme Court nomination from George W. Bush. The on-screen bumpers only give the audience more reason to think and laugh.
But the president didn't say he thought about his selection. He said this.
I know her heart.
Notice how he said nothing about her brain? He didn't have to. He feels the truth about Harriet Miers.
With the word being one of his most consistent bits, the presenter once again nailed the bravado of an opinionated pundit.
But with my help, you will. The truthiness is, anyone can read the news to you. I promise to feel the news at you.
Number 10, Getting Daft Punked, the Colbert Report. While he likely didn't feel lucky at first, Colbert managed to turn a decision by Comedy Central's corporate parent Viacom to cancel an appearance by Daft Punk on the Colbert Report into comedy gold. After explaining how he'd only just found out the day before that another Viacom subsidiary, MTV, had exclusive performance rights to the French duo, he started dancing to Daft Punk's hit, Get Lucky. Various celebrities joined him in an original music video, most notably Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston on roller skates in what looked like a disco. When life gives you lemons, you make a funny video. Number 9, Only in Monroe. Only in Monroe.
Spoiler alert, hope you didn't get too attached to that free parking on Cass Street.
Stephen Colbert can host anything well. He proved it when, during the break between The Colbert Report and The Late Show, he took over hosting duties for one episode of a local Monroe, Michigan public access show, only in Monroe.
If you're wondering what muskrat tastes like, imagine eating a rat, but with more musk.
He interviewed the show's regular hosts and brought up a very local and impressively out-of-date Yelp review before introducing his special guest, Michigan native Eminem, whom Colbert referred to by his given name, Marshall Mathers.
Marshall, thanks so much for being here today.
After pretending not to know his guest was famous, the pair co-presented the ultimate local show segment, a real Monroe, Michigan community calendar.
Stop by if you're a numismatist, or if Tuesday is laundry day and you just need to break a single.
Number 8. Crude political drawings. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
I'm writing ossets really small because I don't want to waste chalk here.
Colbert's political comedy can be witty highbrow satire, but sometimes downright crude and juvenile gets the point across just as well, if not better, as Colbert demonstrated when lampooning Donald Trump and his administration.
Probably because Obama is a Muslim, and that's a bad thing.
Colbert has used drawings to explain everything, from the Access Hollywood tape scandal to Republican Devin Nunes' conflict of interest. While the audience in the Ed Sullivan Theater gets to see the whole work, at some point, CBS will often blur out part of the image, prompting Colbert to playfully speculate as to just when that will happen.
Right there! Right there!
Number 7. Tuck Buckford. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Listen, people, the liberals want to tattoo Obama logos onto the skin of Christian babies, okay?
Colbert has made a career out of parodying conservative pundits, but it turns out the host is willing to take it to the next level, imitating over-the-top conspiracy theorists like InfoWars host Alex Jones, which he does on The Late Show as Tuck Buckford.
I'm a father. I have male vitality. My children flew out my penis like a flame of love.
Colbert nails Jones's mannerisms, his style of speaking, or rather shouting, and his far-out theories which, let's be honest, don't need to be exaggerated that much to play as comedy. The parody certainly made an impression, as the real Alex Jones brought up Colbert in his custody battle with his wife. Naturally, this shout-out only served as more fodder for the comedian.
I'm a marijuana addict who should not be trusted with my own children.
Number 6. Colbert election coverage. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
No, obviously, I'm very grateful that you're here. I'm going to finish this real.
You can finish mine, too.
Colbert's 2016 presidential election coverage started as over-the-top humor, but ended on a very serious note. During the primaries, it was presented as the Hungry for Power Games, with Colbert in full Caesar Flickman-inspired garb, giving a send-off to candidates who left the race as though they were fallen tributes. He also brought this character to both conventions, notably storming the stage at the RNC. Then, on election night, he hosted a live special called Stephen Colbert's Live Election Night, Democracy's series finale. Who's gonna clean up this shit? That very quickly turned from a comedy show into one of shock and reflection as the results poured in.
Let me ask you a technical question that you guys, being political analysts, would know, you'd understand. What the f is happening?
Nonetheless, it was quality programming from beginning to end.
Welcome, citizens, to the 2016 Hungry for Power Games!
Number 5. Colbert versus O'Reilly. Various.
So it doesn't happen again, Colbert!
Okay, takeaway. Was it the right thing to do?
It's clear that one of the inspirations for Colbert's over-the-top conservative character on The Colbert Report was the bombastic, now former Fox News host, Bill O'Reilly.
It is tough being me. Is it tough being you?
In character, Colbert called him Papa Bear, and when the two met in person on each other's respective shows, Colbert's mocking adoration was palpable. He promoted O'Reilly's book on his show with a 30% off sticker, and allegedly stole the microwave from the break room when he was a guest of the Fox host. When O'Reilly was fired, Colbert responded both in his old character and as himself, finally getting to say what he really thought of Papa Bear.
Stay strong, Papa Bear!
Number 4. Presenting at the Emmys, 58th Primetime Emmy Awards.
Good evening, godless sodomites.
Colbert's over-the-top character was at its best when paired with former Daily Show host Jon Stewart playing the straight man. This dynamic reached its peak when the pair co-presented at the 2006 Emmy Awards in what was arguably one of the most memorable Emmys bits in the show's history.
I'm reading the prompter in here. You can read that pablum.
As Stewart read a prepared script on reality shows from the prompter, Colbert, fully in character, laced into the assembled crowd of Hollywood celebrities, insulting them and saying that they pray to a golden idol, the Emmy statue.
Kneel before your God, Babylon!
After the crescendo, Colbert jokingly admitted that it all had to do with his losing an award that evening to Barry Manilow. Classic Colbert.
I lost to the Copacabana!
Number 3. Putin's holster. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
You're not the POTUS, you're the bloatus.
Stephen Colbert is no stranger to controversy or mocking the administration. The two combined when the host decided to go after President Trump for his treatment of CBS journalist John Dickerson.
John Dickerson is a fair-minded journalist and one of the most competent people who will ever walk into your office, and you treat him like that?
The epic Late Show monologue rant that ensued culminated in a crude joke about Trump and Putin, which some initially characterized as homophobic.
In fact, the only thing your mouth is good for is being Vladimir Putin's holster.
Colbert later apologized for his choice of words, but not for slamming Trump. With an army of Trump supporters criticizing Colbert, and eventually the president himself making a comment, Colbert was clearly satisfied with the controversy this bit caused.
I don't regret that.
Number 2. Burning Bush at the White House Correspondents Dinner. WHCA Dinner.
The president in this case is Rocky Balboa, and Apollo Creed is everything else in the world.
In 2006, the White House Correspondents Association gave Colbert a chance to perform his faux right-wing George W. Bush-praising character for the man himself when they invited him to host their annual dinner. The Colbert Report host did not disappoint, and most certainly did not hold back.
This administration is not sinking. This administration is soaring.
He went after everything from Vice President Dick Cheney accidentally shooting a man in the face, to the Bush administration's failing poll numbers, and the president's track record of standing on aircraft carriers, and rubble alike. Colbert even took part in a skit with the legendary White House correspondent Helen Thomas. Bush's face throughout said it all. The man was hitting his mark.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Colbert Super PAC. The Colbert Report. Some satirists tell jokes to highlight the problem of money in politics, but Colbert took things to an almost surreal level by starting his own political super PAC, capable of accepting large, anonymous donations for real.
You're not getting that super PAC back, Colbert!
I want my unlimited money, John!
This gave him over a year's worth of recurring material for his show and quite a bit of information on the political funding process for his audience. He raised nearly $774,000, much of it from not-so-anonymous donors whose names rolled across the screen as heroes. In the end, on behalf of Ham Rove, his lunch meat strategist, he donated the money to the Hurricane Sandy Relief Fund and groups fighting for campaign finance reform, among others. Did we forget another unforgettable Colbert moment? Let us know in the comments below.